Hey guys, as I told you before, I'm always going to keep bringing the best guests to my show. And this sexy lady that's in front of my camera is no exception. Look at the camera, look at the camera. The sexy lady that's in front of my camera is no exception to that statement there. I'm here with the one and only Diane Pershing. She was one of my favorite childhood crushes growing up as a kid. I love hearing her voice anytime, at any place. So Diane, I just want to say thank you so much for being here on my show. How did you get your start with acting?
How did I get my start with acting?
Yes.
I looked in the mirror when I was 5 years old and decided that's what I was going to do with my life, and nothing deterred me from that. And I went to college, theater arts department. I started working the minute I got out of college, very, very lucky, and I've basically been doing it for all my life.
Nice. So what made you want what was it like for you to work on your first TV or film production? What was it like for you to start in your very first television production or movie production?
I've never done a film. The television stuff has pretty much been entertaining, singing as part of groups or backup singing for major stars. Those kind of variety shows that they used to have on television. And I've done voiceovers and singing and stuff like that, but I haven't done a part in a show on television or a part in a movie, ever.
All right, cool. So what was it like? What was your very first voiceover job?
My very first voiceover job, well, first I did not cartoon voices, puppet voices for a little children's television show that was in Los Angeles. But my first actual job was a J.C. Penney commercial that was done live during a Lakers game in Los Angeles. And I was very successful doing that. That, by the way, is another voiceover guy over there making all that noise. I was successful enough that I had the job of being the voice for J.C. Penney in Southern California for the next 7 years.
Nice, nice. So what was your very first animation voice job?
I think it was one of the Filmation ones. I did a whole bunch of cartoon voices for Filmation. I did Netosa on She-Ra. I did Pearl Pureheart on Mighty Mouse. Dale Arden on Flash Gordon. It was all those for Filmation, and that was in the 1970s, really. But I don't remember the first one. I think I probably did some guest shots on a couple of things like the Smurfs and Rugrats.
All right, now we're going to get to the juicy part. You heard her. She said she worked on Filmation. She worked on Flash Gordon and also She-Ra. She was from the Masters of the Universe production. And we're going to get to right now, Centurions. How did you hear about the audition for Centurions, and why did you choose to audition for Crystal Kane?
I didn't choose it. I was cast just because I knew the people that had written the show and the director, and they wanted me. So there was no audition. It was a really fun show to do. The cast was delightful. Some of them were so funny that I kept breaking up. We all kept breaking up during recording and had a hard time getting through them. But there comes a point with most of us where we don't audition that much anymore. We're requested. And that is, of course, the golden time in any actor's life. And that happened for me. I was very lucky.
So how did you create the voice of Crystal Kane? And what do you think, what was good, what were the qualities and attributes you wanted to bring to her?
I'm going to be honest, I don't quite remember what voice Crystal Kane was. Was she the computer voice?
Yeah, she was the tech for the Skyvault.
I love doing computer voices. Now, of course, everything is AI, but I have a wonderful voice that sounds exactly like a computer. And anytime you want to hear something that sounds kind of like a woman, but not quite real, that's me doing a computer.
Nice, nice, nice. So how did you get the audition for Poison Ivy for the Batman animated show?
That was a lovely piece of luck. I was there cast that day to do what they call incidental roles, meaning an operator on the telephone or a policeman or a secretary. And this was going to be the first episode that featured this character, Poison Ivy. And the actress who was supposed to do the role was found to not be exactly what the producer wanted, and the director, Andrea Romano, who had worked with me before, suggested I audition for it right there on the spot. I looked at the picture of her and I realized exactly how she should sound. I just knew it in my head, and I auditioned and I got it.
Nice, nice, nice. Are you working on anything new right now at the moment?
No, I'm basically retired. This is my fifth career now. I've had lots of careers and had a lot of joy in my life doing all of them. This is when I do Comic-Cons. I go to one a month at least. And in between, I'm retired and I have grandchildren, and I work with my family, and I read a lot of books, and I travel all over the world, and I have quite a nice time.
All right, Diane, thank you so much for your time. Keep kicking ass and taking no prisoners.
Thank you so much.
All right, guys, that's a wrap until next time. Remember, we had the sexy Diane Pershing on my show. And I told you guys, I'm always going to keep delivering the goods. Until next time, bye-bye.